Black Friday. By the time this is uploaded, it will be Saturday after Thanksgiving. We're gonna go check out Pershing Square tonight. We've got an ice skating rink. The park looks great, relatively speaking. And of course we have the failed restroom facilities. I believe that cost $300,000 in taxpayers' money, which actually isn't that much for a functioning restroom, but it replaced an old unit that used to malfunction quite often. So for the time being, we have no restrooms at Pershing Square.
So I don't know if that is scared you or something.
So underneath all of this chatter is some pretty relevant information. It's $20 per night. It's relatively safe, so if you are staying in the area, you can stay 4, 5, 6 nights, and it's not even that expensive. Pershing Square serves many functions, none of them very well. So we're starting off at 5th and Hill Street. And what was once one of the first thrifty drugstores, not the first, but one of the first, and more recently was a Starbucks that was shut down by the pandemic. So every day, walking right here, you crane your neck and pray that nobody hits you. And directly to the north of Pershing Square is what I consider to be a new building, but it's been here for a couple of years. Never had any luck with the ground level retail, but there has been a taco truck here pretty much since the beginning. This used to be a parking lot, and go way back, and it used to be the LA Philharmonic, which was sadly torn out in the 1980s. You got the library off in the distance, and of course the Regal Biltmore Hotel. And then another place we got to be careful is this exit ramp. When people get off of work and they get to their car, they don't really have much patience for pedestrians, but at one time this setup made sense in at least someone's head. It does make you have to watch out when you're crossing the street around here. So this is the northwest corner of Pershing Square.
I don't know.
So at least here, when you're entering the park, it's a little slope, but it's basically flat. So it's intuitive and it kind of draws you in. And right here we have a very, very busy bus stop. And then the sidewalk is just sort of sandwiched. Pretty narrow sidewalk. And this is the building which houses the city services. I wish they would get rid of that, quite frankly. It would be better if they put those offices downstairs. So you got security guard posted up there. They've been really boosting the security. They're doing a really good job. So they got the place decorated, and of course the ice skating rink is up and running. Granted, this is Pershing Square. It does look better than usual, and they've been making special effort to sort of keep it clean and in order. So the ice skating rink looks good. Let's check around the edges. They did recently put up these signs, which are kind of comical, but it shows some sort of effort. We've got the bilingual warning about doing sale of heroin, cocaine-based methamphetamine, PCP. So on the other side, there's a fairly gentle slope that leads straight into the park. Here we got kind of a grand staircase, but I won't say that it's all that good or bad. There's just so many little tweaks that could be made to the park. For example, we have some sort of functional mechanical structure of something, and then we have this wall. So it looks like those are electrical panels, and that looks like a decorative wall. And we got this sort of wasted space right here. And over here we have Ludwig van Beethoven. And along the edge we have the little pet area, which is quite a decent place for your pet to relieve itself. The problem is that oftentimes there's humans in here, so you gotta exercise your judgment when dealing with people in here. At least in here, when I see people doing nefarious things, I just sort of look at them until they go away. This is an area that serves a function, so it's kind of appalling when there's shadiness going on here. So we got these purple dealy things here. This whole wall, this blocks out the whole side of the park here. So you can see this whole big block here with the ramp coming out of the parking garage. So my wish would be for this whole ramp to go away completely. And we got this, I guess it's a bell tower. I think it used to ding, if I recall. That big orange wall. And these steps right here, pay attention to these, because we're going to go to the opposite side in a few seconds. So we'll kind of see the old, antiquated way, which isn't all that appealing. We got this elevator that I don't think it works. Let's check it out and see. This is probably one of the most sketchy elevators. I don't think it works. That's awful. So these are the old elevators. And these are the escalators that haven't worked for a couple of years. And we got this big concrete monolith. And this thing, check out that neon installation across the street in the jewelry building. That went dead not that long after it was installed because of diesel fumes, but they cleaned it up and it's been working ever since, so that's cool. we got the tree over there. This area is, for good or bad, separated from the rest of the park by this thing, which actually was supposed to serve a purpose. It did for a while, because the symbolism of this tower was to represent the Sierras. And this purple thing was the aqueduct. And once upon a time, the water used to come out of there, and this was a fountain. But it's been many, many years, and I don't think there's any plans to turn it back on. So not a ton of decorations, but just enough to kind of jazz up the place a little bit. So lots of people taking photographs and enjoying themselves, which is always a good thing. And then over here is the newly opened leveling of the park. This area used to be raised up like this, but they brought it down to the roof of the parking garage. Planted some trees. Some of these are already dead, so I don't know what that's all about, but I would say plant some more orange trees. But very nice. Better than before. It's quite nice to have some food offerings here, which doesn't normally happen. So we got the back of the Biltmore Hotel, a couple of parking lot ramps, a new set of very lit stairs, and an area that is, well, it's being used. People are sitting on these little benches. This little slice of heaven is brought to you by the need to replace these elevators, actually the elevators on the other side of the park, which don't work. So not bad. These elevators are very nice during the day. You're in a glass bubble. Let's get the camera away from these guys. Alright. So let's go all the way to the bottom. So obviously these are very nice and clean for now. And it does bring a little sliver of natural light down here, so that's cool. Uh-oh, well, I'm not gonna point the camera over there for very long. There seems to be some sort of session going on. But this is 3 floors down, just to see how big this parking lot is. It's a whole city block times 3. It's just a little creepy down here. Big giant parking lot with these futuristic swirly ramps. Alright, well let's hope nobody comes barreling down here. Alright, well that's better. Definitely more cars on this floor. So these are the original escalators, which none of them work. So this part's brand new. These stairs, which are very convenient. So let's go get something to eat. I made a video a couple of months ago where I thought I was getting my last French dip, and here it is, Thanksgiving, soon to be Christmas, and Cole's French Dip is still open for business. So just a couple blocks over. Jewelry district this time of night may look abandoned, but during the day it is still a very vibrant part of the local economy. So as we walk down 6th Street, there's nothing open. This is a back door for the Bank of America offices here. We got the back door for the Los Angeles Theater. And a very forlorn alley. But across the street we have what used to be a jewelry-related office building is now lofts, just in the last couple of years. But they gutted out these ground floor spaces, and they're obviously hoping to fill them one of these days, but nothing so far. And on this side of the street we have some legacy buildings. We got a little market right here, and a chicken restaurant that I'm embarrassed to say that I've never been to. And we're coming up on Broadway. Looks like they got some of the street lights turned on, but most of the street lights along Broadway are dark and have been dark for many weeks. So it's kind of creating a little bit of a scenario where it doesn't feel very safe walking around here at night if you're not familiar with the area. But before someone stripped the wires, there used to be these lights strung over the street. Unfortunately, most of the businesses along Broadway are not surviving. Around here we have a smoke shop, a diner that stays open fairly late. We got some apartment lofts. So this is 6th and Spring Street. And way off in the distance there is Kohl's. Not the best feeling neighborhood in the world, but as far as like actual safety, it's not as bad as it could be. But with the perennial streetlight problems and everything, it's just kind of a dark patch. Feels a little sketch to go to, but I'm hungry and nothing's going to stop me. Alright, so this isn't going to be my last Kohl's ever. I thought that was months ago, but my goal is to be sick of the place, which is coming along quite nicely. I'm almost sick of it, but I do love it, and I don't know what people's problem is. People love to pounce on an underdog in LA, and a lot of people are like negatively speaking of the French dip here, and it's delicious. So if you like French dip, you're gonna love it. If you don't like French dip or whatever, you don't know what's going on, then you know it's gonna be whatever. But it's very good. But get it while you can. Basking in the last days of Kohl's, and I highly recommend it if you have any ounce of nostalgia in LA lore and whatnot. Get yourself a French dip and an old fashioned, and take a walk on the wild side and go out to the edges of Skid Row. So almost out of battery. We're gonna walk north on Los Angeles Street. Down there is Skid Row, so that's not a good place. We're gonna go this way, sort of on the edge of Skid Row. Get one last look at Kohl's as it fades into oblivion. So we got just enough battery to make it to the Baltimore Hotel. And finally to the King Eddie, which remains shuttered indefinitely. Had many a good times at this place right here, and it is sorely missed. The King Eddie and the Nickel, which is 5th Street. And that's a wrap. Thank you for watching, as always. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the wonderful...
What are you doing?
I got a camera.
What are you doing? What?
What?
What are you doing?
What's wrong?
What are you doing with me?
No, I'm not filming. Is my camera pointing at you?
No, why are you doing though?
I just went to Kohl's French dip.
Why are you doing though? You're in a game or you're in a drug area with a game or you're
Am I in a gang? No, I'm not in a gang.
No, you're in a drug gang area.
Oh, I know.
I wouldn't be filling that part of you.
I know, but I live down the street, so they
Okay,
can
well,
all kiss my ass.
You can do it.
Anyone that has a problem with me filming can kiss my fucking ass right now.
Alright.
And I mean that. I've lived here for a long time. What's your name?
I was on CNN Prime Time World News. I was on Camera Real.
Oh, okay.
CNN World News. I was on Sunday night.
Oh.
I saw it.
No, I live in the neighborhood, so I'm not afraid of anything.
I'm not afraid of it.
Oh yeah, it is sketchy.
I'm not afraid of it.
All right, well take care.
Yeah, we'll go film.
I know. Night on the town. No. Porno? No, we're not filming a porno. No. Oh no, she showed me her lady bits. I don't want to see that. So yeah, she's got a good point. I should not be filming around here, but like I said, anyone that has a problem with me exercising a right of mine can kiss my butt.